Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Net Exponent. My name is Yashika. So today in this video, I am going to discuss with you an important topic of finance, and that is related to AT1 bonds. So you would have heard of this concept recently in news articles and all after the financial crisis of Yes Bank, Credit Suisse Bank failure. So now let's understand what is AT1 bonds in detail. So to understand this concept, you should be aware of what Basel III norm is. So all those who don't know, I'll just give a brief on what Basel III talks about. So basically it came in the year 2010. The main aim to bring this was to make the banks more resilient, more robust, so that it has strength to deal with all the crises or losses that may arise in future. So Basel III basically came up with capital adequacy ratio. Every bank had to maintain a capital adequacy ratio, and that is 11.5% presently, right? So every bank has to maintain that 11.5% of capital according to Basel norms, right? So Basel norm has further told us the bifurcation, right? So out of that 11.5%, 9% minimum should be under tier 1 capital, and the remaining portion of capital can be in tier 2 capital, right? So tier 1 is the core capital. That is why the Basel norm has said that 9% should be maintained in tier 1 capital. So I've already made a video on Basel norms explaining what tier 1, tier 2 and all that. I have explained it in detail. You can go and watch my video on that. So I'll not be talking about all this in detail because we are focusing on AT1 bonds. Okay, so out of 11.5%, 9% should be in tier 1 capital, right? Because that is the main core capital. So again, Basel norm has said that out of that 9%, again it has mentioned some bifurcation. So out of that 9%, 5.5% minimum should be in the common equity, right? And the remaining leftover capital can be from additional tier 1 capital. So basically हम फटाफट से ये समझते हैं 11.5% मेंटेन करना है कैपिटल एडिक्वेसी रेशियो. उस 11.5% में से 9% should be in tier 1 capital, and out of that 9%, 5.5% should be in common equity, and remaining can be in additional tier 1 capital. So additional tier 1 capital is only termed as AT1 bonds, right? So basically AT1 bonds are there so that the bank can maintain that capital adequacy ratio of 9%. ठीक है, टीयर 1 में 9% चाहिए ना, सो 5.5% वो यहाँ से कर सकता है कॉमन इक्विटी से, और जो रिमेनिंग बच गया दैट it can fulfill through AT1 bonds. Now what are these AT1 bonds? यही था हमारा मेन जो आज का टॉपिक है. So AT1 bonds are basically the bonds which are issued by the banks to fulfill the capital adequacy ratio requirement. यहाँ तक तो समझ में आ गया. So first let's talk about what normal bond is. Suppose HDFC ने एक bond issue किया and I have purchased that bond. I am an investor, I purchased that bond, right? So now HDFC Bank will give me interest on that bond every year. मुझे उस पे क्या मिला? 8%, 9% मुझे उस पे interest मिला, right? And that bond will redeem after suppose say 10 years. The maturity period is 10 years. So after 10 years that bond will be redeemed, right? तब तक मुझे उस पे interest मिलता रहेगा. But if I talk about AT1 bonds are also a type of bond, but they are perpetual and unsecure bond. Now what do you mean by this? Perpetual means never ending. It has no maturity. Unsecured means that you will get interest or not, there is no guarantee of that, right? So they are unsecured. There is no guarantee to the investor whether they will receive interest or not. So obviously the risk is very high. That is why it is called as unsecured bond. Where the risk is high, the return will also be high. That is the only reason why the investor will purchase AT1 bonds, right? So the interest which the investor will get on these bonds are comparatively higher than the normal bond, right? So if a company is into continuous losses, or if a company, a bank doesn't have enough capital, then at that time the bank can write off its 81 bonds. वो बोलेगा मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मेरे पास कैपिटल नहीं है, so 81 bond holders will not get their payment. Normally ऐसा होता नहीं है generally, but in extreme situation when there is a crisis, as we have seen in Yes Bank case or Credit Suisse Bank, तो इनमें क्या हुआ था, क्राइसिस के टाइम पे 81 बॉन्ड्स राइट ऑफ हो गए थे, और इन्वेस्टर्स जिन्होंने इसमें इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ था, तो देयर मनी वाज वाइप्ड आउट, right? So this is all about 81 bonds. Basically they are unsecured and perpetual bonds where the rate of interest is not guaranteed to the investors. So I hope you liked my video. Please keep on watching my video for more finance concepts. Thank you so much for watching.